I really like to focus on Dallas, though, and America's coach, as you call him, Mike McCarthy, because I thought it was fascinating.
Well, I used to call him Black America's coach, but I got to dip. But he's not that anymore.
What is he?
We'll get to that later. Huh?
Well, I mean, I want to know if you're convinced that he's going to be the Cowboys coach, and he's done a fantastic job. But you saw Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones was like it's basically it's week to week, or as I said earlier, they're all interims. You know.
Okay, I expect interim, but where'd that come from? I'm surprised. I wonder if Mike McCarthy was like, oh, wait a minute, we just won the division. Not that was the end goal for the Cowboys. They didn't win it last year. They did not. And it didn't look like they were going to win it this year until 2 weeks ago. But they just win the division. They got a home playoff game, a game that they should win, as you point out. I agree with you. It should be Cowboys over the Packers. And Jerry Jones is talking about, well, we'll see. He'll talk to me in a couple of weeks. So is he saying that they got to get to the conference championship game? They have to win the conference championship game? What do you think that's about? I'm just really surprised by that, by that response. And because of my bias, and I'm very transparent with it up front, everything I look at now in these coaching moves and coaching statements, I'm wondering, does Bill Belichick have anything to do with that? Jerry Jones has great respect for Belichick, and likewise, Belichick has mentioned Jerry Jones and Steven unprompted. I think he's even talked about Charlotte. I mean, he's talked about the whole family. I think that's her name. Is it Charlotte Jones?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's talked about the whole family. So I'm wondering, is Jerry Jones looking at this saying, wow, Bill Belichick is out there.
Let's go off script, even though we don't have a script. But you've mentioned Belichick a couple of times now, so I'm not going to delay it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
do you think? No, of course, no. I'll just kind of. You know how my brain works. I'm compartmentalizing.
Pacing it out. Compartmentalized.
But could you really see that working? Could you? Because I don't want to assume that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I don't want to assume that Belichick is the type that's like, no, it's always been my way, and this is the way I've always done it. And I got to pick the players, and I got to have total control. Like, okay, maybe he is more flexible in that regard than I give him credit for. Like, I've always assumed that there's no way he would give up personnel power, because for somebody like Belichick, and he's earned it, despite the last 5 years, for somebody like Belichick, the type of players go hand in hand with the way he coaches and how he wants to. How he wants the game plan. Like I don't know that somebody who isn't Bill Belichick or doesn't have a perfect simpatico with Bill Belichick can pick players for Bill Belichick. And so the extreme example of the opposite setup would be him going to a place where not only is Jerry Jones owner and general manager, he is the face and voice of that franchise. If ever there were an odd couple, the only thing those two dudes got in common is they old. Like I cannot see a world in which Bill Belichick. I know Parcells did it. I know Bill Parcells did it. Right. So I know there's precedent. Jimmy Johnson, obviously, at long last, just went in the Ring of Honor. But it's like Jerry Jones has worked and thrived. Not so much with Parcells. They didn't win the whole thing, but they were good. With powerful coaches, but Bill Belichick and Jerry Jones, like, there's always that dude that walk down the street like, how you get her? You know what I mean? Like that just don't seem like a couple. Like I would not envision that couple. That's just weird.
Okay.
That don't feel weird to you?
But except they both need something at this stage of their careers. They both need something. They're desperate for that thing. Both of them.
Biological
Jerry
clock
Jones
is ticking.
Okay. Jerry Jones, Hall of Famer, already a Hall of Famer. Bill Belichick, soon to be Hall of Famer. We got it. As soon as he stops, Hall of Famer. But Jerry Jones, already in the Hall of Fame, is desperate, even though he just put Jimmy in the Ring of Honor. He is desperate to do it with a new era of players, to get to the Super Bowl and win it without people saying, oh, yeah, he won those two with Jimmy. Then that Barry Switzer one, that was Jimmy's players. Man, we know that. That team pretty much coached himself. Jerry had nothing to do with that. Jimmy built that team. All right.
Right.
Has not been back. Has not been back this century. So he's desperate to get there. And Bill Belichick may seem silly to you, may seem silly to others. Bill Belichick wants to catch and pass Don Shula.
Oh, that's not silly at all.
Yeah, but that means a lot to him.
I don't think it should. I don't think he's a historian of the game. He's a walking encyclopedia. I don't think he needs to be considered the greatest, but I certainly understand why he would want to do it.
He wants to do it, and he can't do it. I understand, giving up control. He would never give up control in New England. Done. Not happening.
Okay.
Don't ask me.
All right.
I'm not giving up control here.
Not here.
This is what I've known. This is what I've done here.
Yeah.
Now you go somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's a better operation. And plus, look, I'll just tell you, and I'm happy. I'm happy I grew up the way I did, where I did, and the people around me. We didn't have a lot of money. Got it. I'm happy that was part of the story. I wouldn't want to go back to that, but I'm glad I experienced that. But growing up,
made you who you are. Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up with no cash, I just remember going from our
syrup
crib
sandwiches
to other people's house. I'm like, oh, y'all got cable? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, so you allowed? Hey, wait a minute. You allowed to go in the living room and sit on the couch? Like, our couch is all wrapped in plastic.
Right.
You can't go in the room.
Right.
You got to take your shoes off. You got runners all over them. It's just, things are nice. You look around, things are nice. And that's what, now, Bill Belichick is the reason his house is trashed. He trashed it. He built it. He trashed it. It's out of control. He cannot bring it back. It's just bad. But now, go to the Cowboys, they already have talent. They actually have. Hey, Bill, that's what a wide receiver looks like. That guy, CeeDee Lamb. They drafted. Can you believe they drafted him? And he's really good. That's what you do.
It can't happen.
So keep him. Yeah. Keep him out of personnel. Let him coach this team that's going to give him, in a regular season, 12, 13 wins. All right, so now you're on the doorstep of Shula, and you've just been there for a year. You win the Super Bowl, you pass Shula. You got it. 2 years, 3 years. You got it. You're good.
No, listen, I'm not trying to push Mike McCarthy out the door. He's done a good job. But the last couple of years, it's always ended the same for Dallas. It's always ended with questions about Mike McCarthy. And I think what you're hearing from Jerry Jones is like, I'm not doing this dance again after this year. If it comes down to a coaching decision, if it comes down to time management, if the coach can be blamed, I will. Because there's no excuse for a team that's guaranteed 2 playoff games to go out earlier than the NFC title game. And even if then, at a certain point, will you be able to break through San Francisco? We'll see.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.